Here it is, GGB Coles Puppers, and let's get into the college basketball upset of the day, Sunday edition. Now, let's go over this Saturday review first. First up on our slate, we had Iowa playing Gonzaga, and dang did Gonzaga prove that they are in fact the best team in the country. It was not even close. They destroyed Iowa, moving them to 4-0 while Iowa slips to 6-1. Now, Iowa did not look good that game, but Gonzaga just, I think, proved how good they really were. It was less to say about Iowa and more to say about how great Gonzaga is this year and that they have a serious chance of winning it all, right? I think that proved how good Gonzaga was. Now you have the number 23 Louisville playing number 12 Wisconsin last night, right? So Wisconsin absolutely clobbered Louisville. This was a game a lot of people think was very close. That's why the spread was only 5.5 points, right? Wisconsin just wiped the floor with Louisville. It was so interesting to watch. Wisconsin was just destroyed it, hit it out of the park. And it proved that, in fact, the best teams in the Big Ten, you can see it. I mean, you can just watch these games and know that there's a tier. Tier 1, you have Iowa, you have Michigan State, and you have Wisconsin. Those are the obvious teams. Tier 2, I think you have Illinois and Rutgers. I think they're both very close talent-wise. I think Rutgers is a little bit better. But, yeah, that's Tier 2. Tier 3, you have teams like Michigan, Ohio State. I think Penn State's in there. It's also a very good basketball team this year. Minnesota. Teams like that in Tier 3. Obviously, Tier 4 is like Nebraska, Northwestern. There's just the bottom uglies of the conference. But Wisconsin proved how good they really are. They're a tip in from being 6-0 right now, and it's not like Marquette's a bad loss. Marquette is a good basketball team this year. So going on, number 22 UNC at Kentucky. Kentucky lost again to UNC, falling to 1-5 on the year. Kentucky's got to get this turned around on a 5-game skid. It's just been ugly, straight ugly. Unfortunately for me, I didn't get any half points this game, which was interesting because I really thought if Iowa didn't upset Gonzaga, then there was not going to be an upset today. But dang, there was. Next game, number 2 Baylor at Kansas State. Obviously, Kansas State got destroyed by Baylor. Kansas State did put up a decent amount of points, 69 though. I think K-State's a decent basketball team this year. I think obviously you're going to look bad against Baylor, but I don't know. I have to see how they do next game. But I'm not counting them out as a possible playoff team yet, although they have looked not great to start of the year. That game against Iowa State kind of turned my confidence, not because I think Iowa State was great, but then Iowa State almost went and beat West Virginia, so I don't know. Maybe this Big 12 is a little bit closer behind Kansas being the Kansas and Baylor than everyone thinks. UCLA at number 20, Ohio State. Now, actually, UCLA was somehow favored in this game. But again, I picked Ohio State to survive against UCLA, and it's true. UCLA lost. And the fact is, I just don't believe in the Pac-12 this year. I just don't. That and the SEC. I think the SEC is bad. I don't believe in those two teams, those conferences at all. SEC, by the way, Ole Miss lost to Dayton today, and Alabama lost to Western Kentucky, just to prove. I don't think, outside of Tennessee, I don't think any of these teams are good. Oh, Missouri, I think, is good. I think there's a possibility Florida is good if they figure out how to win without Keontae Johnson. But dang, I just don't believe in any of these SEC teams, like at all. I don't believe in any Pac-12 teams. I don't think any of them should make it. I'm serious. I just don't believe in them at all. Now, this was the game that I was just blown out. I thought UCF was a good basketball team. I thought they did. I thought they had a chance to make the tournament this year. This is a signature win for that program. Beating number 15 Florida State at Florida State. They went into the Seminoles' home court and they beat them. And it wasn't just beating them. They convincingly beat them. They looked like the better basketball team. UCF looked dominant over the Seminoles. Now, I'm sure Seminoles had a bad outing, but I mean, I think that says a lot about the UCF Knights. They're a good basketball team this year. I expect them to be contenders in the American. I think they should make the playoffs. I think in the American we got some good teams that people are absolutely sleeping on. Obviously you have Houston, but UCF's a team a lot of people were sleeping on before this week. I don't know if they are now. SMU, it's really good. They're a good basketball team this year. Now Memphis, I don't know as much about. I don't think they're as good, but I do think they're a pretty good basketball team this year, and they can vie for playoff candidacy. And then everyone else, I think South Florida's decent. I think Cincy's, they just lost a bad game today, so I don't know. They just got crushed by Georgia. So I don't know about everyone else, but I think UCF, SMU, UCF and SMU should be definitely getting some consideration for the top 10, top 25. Then we had St. Joseph's at number 7, Villanova. This is what we expected. Villanova crushed St. Joseph's. It really wasn't that interesting. Now, we have the 5 games set for today, so let's go over them. We have number 9, Creighton, going to UConn. UConn's currently undefeated, but Creighton is still favored by 2 in this game. And Creighton has not lost by more than 5 all season, and UConn's undefeated, so that sets up for a pretty great matchup, right? Definitely going to be interesting, and UConn definitely has a chance of pulling off this upset. Number 13, Illinois. Number 19, Rutgers. Now, Illinois is again ranked higher than Rutgers, so even though Rutgers is favored by 1 point in this game, they are considered the underdog in the technical the playing rules of the college basketball upset of the day. So technically, I could pick Rutgers. And again, Rutgers looks like a better team than Illinois, right? So Rutgers is searching for their 8th regular season win in a row. They've been really good. They're 5-0 this year. Just a great basketball team all together. By the way, it's at 12 o'clock on ESPN2. Now you have 1 o'clock, Oklahoma State at number 11, Texas. By the way, Oklahoma State has only lost 1 game all year, and that was by 1 point. Texas has only 1 loss all year by 4 points. Now, this makes you think that normally Oklahoma State would be favored in this game, just looking at those losses and wins, right? Texas, on the other hand, though, has it's favored by 7.5 points, and there's a reason why, right? Texas's 4-point loss, which was a close game, was against Villanova, right? Oklahoma State's 1-point loss was to TCU, just not a great basketball team this year. So I think Texas is a better team, but Oklahoma State definitely has the chance of pulling off this upset. Now, Alcorn State at number 6, Houston. I believe we all know why I'm not going to pick this game, so let's move past it. Alcorn State is 0-1, and there's a reason why. And there's a reason why Houston is undefeated and has a win over Texas Tech. It's a very good basketball team this year. Houston's searching for their 6th regular season win in a row. They're a very good basketball team. Now we have number 14, Michigan State at Northwestern. Somehow, Michigan State's only favored by 5.5 in this game. Michigan State's the number 4 team in the country, and it is looking like a really good basketball team this year, even without Cassius Winston and Xavier Tillman. It's on the Big Ten Network, by the way. Michigan State's searching for their 12th straight regular season victory. I don't know how Northwestern's 3-1, but I think that's a conceiving record. I just don't think they're that good of a basketball team. So, who will GGB pick today? Will it be Creighton to be upset? Will it be the Illinois Fighting Illini to be upset? Will it be the Texas Longhorns? Will it be the Houston Cougars? Or will it be the Michigan State Spartans? Now, drum roll, please. It's going to be the Illinois Fighting Illini. I believe the Rutgers Scarlet Knights are a better basketball team, and since they're favored, I think that's just it's smarter to go with the spread. Anyways, I think Rutgers is going to win. I hope you guys cheer for Rutgers with me. Everybody is GGB. Close Pepper saying adios. Saying GGB and Close Pepper saying adios, amigos, and go Scarlet Knights.